Hey everybody, it's Max Bonnstetter for InFocus. Today I'm here with Jimmy Miller. Jimmy does both track and cross country for Palo Alto High School. So Jimmy, first of all, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Hi guys, it's Jimmy. I'm super excited to be here and talk with you, Max.
So Jimmy, I know that the track season got cut short because of coronavirus, obviously. What were you most looking forward to about this year in track?
So this season, I was most looking forward to hopefully racing at our final meet. So Scoville finals or possibly making CCS, which is California Central Sectional Finals. That's probably what I was most looking forward to.
Why was it tough for you specifically to end the season so short?
I think it was really tough just because we had had a lot of hard work go into just the season so far, and because it was cut short so early, all that it didn't necessarily go to waste, but there was no real peak to the season, and that's all what we were really looking forward to.
What was the best part about the short season for you?
So I'd say the peak of my shorter season was running 441 for a mile or for a 1600 meters at Milpitas in a dual meet. It was a really big step for me. I'd say that's probably the peak.
How are you and the rest of the team impacted by the quarantine and the coronavirus?
Yeah, so far with the quarantine measures, there hasn't been anything that's really affected our running as a team. Um, we've still been running base building, so we've kind of gone into our summer training phase. So like last week, I ran just short of 55 miles. Still able to do workouts on a track, which is really important. A lot of the tracks are closed or closed after sunset. A little bit earlier in the quarantine, it was harder to get on a track, but the rules have kind of relaxed a little bit. So our training really hasn't been that that implicated per se with all the quarantine measures, which I'm grateful for. But it's still an adjustment to not be able to run with people or train with as many people because there's a lot of camaraderie in that, and a lot of people look forward to that.
Yeah, definitely. What's the team looking like for next year?
For next season, we're gonna have a really deep squad for across the board, our frost off teams and our varsity team. They're going to be pretty deep. We have a lot of super strong seniors next year, juniors and sophomores. So I'm pretty excited to see how it turns out. I think we could have a shot at making states for cross country, so that's pretty big. And for track down the road, just keeping consistent training, and I think we might have a pretty good shot at some big PRs, some big meets.
One thing that the coronavirus and the quarantine has really impacted is recruiting with colleges. How has that impacted you so far and the rest of the team?
Yeah, so I'd say that's probably the biggest implication that the coronavirus has had on our track seasons, mostly for juniors. That's what times you get recruited off of. So we have a couple juniors who are probably looking at least D3 or possible D1 level recruiting times, and they weren't really able to hit those this year. And so if they're unable to get something early next year in track, they're not going to be able to get recruited off of their times. So you're looking at people who are maybe running 10 to 15 seconds slower than times that they would have later in the season that they would have been able to get recruited off of. So that has a huge implication in, their college decisions and ultimately in life.
Once this is all over and there's no more quarantine, what are you most looking forward to?
Yeah, so once this is all over, hopefully there's going to still be a few meets late summer. I've heard some different stuff because we're moving towards cross country anyways. Once this is all over, I'm just excited to get back to competing and training with my friends.
All right, Jimmy, thanks so much. That was awesome.
Thanks again, Max. I hope you're doing well in quarantine, and I look forward to talking to you again.
We're all going to be catching Jimmy on the cross country team and the track team next year as a junior. Until next time, I'm Max Bonnstetter from InFocus.